Good morning, children. Welcome back. Now, the next topic that we are going to do is compounds. Children, in the previous video, I have taught you what are elements. I told you that elements are the simplest form of matter. That is, O, oxygen is an element. H, hydrogen is an element. S, sulfur is an element. N, nitrogen is an element, right? So individually they are elements, but when they combine together, they become compounds like water, H2O. So in this, two elements have combined. One is hydrogen and the other one is oxygen. If I talk about carbon dioxide, CO2, again two elements are in use, that is carbon and oxygen. If I talk about ammonia, NH3, N stands for nitrogen, H stands for hydrogen. So अकेले अकेले तो अलग अलग they are elements, but when they are combined together they are not called elements, they are called compounds, right? H2SO4, if you remember, this is sulfuric acid. H2SO4, how many elements are here? Three elements: hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. So a compound is a combination of two or more elements. What is a compound? It is a combination of two or more elements which are chemically combined together in a fixed proportion. चलो ये तो समझ आ गया कि chemically combined, but ये क्यों लिखा in a fixed proportion? बच्चों याद रखो, अगर वाटर की बात करनी है तो वाटर का फॉर्मूला हमेशा H2O ही होगा, मतलब दो हाइड्रोजन और एक ऑक्सीजन मिलेंगे तभी वाटर बनेगा. ओके, नाउ इट कैनॉट बी HO2, इट कैनॉट बी H2O2 और HO. अगर वाटर बनाना है so it will always be two hydrogen and one oxygen. If you take water from America, if you take water from India, if you take water from your body or from any other animal's body, the formula will always be same, that is H2O. So that is why we write here that compound is formed when two or more elements chemically combine with one another in a fixed proportion. जैसे मिक्सचर है, मिक्सचर की बात करते हैं, अगर मैं रोल नंबर 1, रोल नंबर 2, रोल नंबर 3 और रोल नंबर 4 के घर विजिट करती हूँ और बोलती हूँ कि मुझे तो सबके घर में नींबू पानी ही पीना है, लेमनेड, तो चारों घरों में मुझे नींबू पानी मिलेगा, पर चारों का नींबू पानी का टेस्ट अलग होगा. क्यों? बिकॉज लेमनेड और नींबू पानी इज अ मिक्सचर, तो मिक्सचर का प्रपोर्शन फिक्स्ड नहीं होता. किसी घर में चीनी ज़्यादा यूज़ करते हैं, किसी घर में नींबू ज़्यादा यूज़ करेंगे, किसी घर में उसमें नमक या सोडा भी डाल देंगे, तो मिक्सचर का प्रपोर्शन कभी भी फिक्स्ड नहीं होता, बट कंपाउंड्स का प्रपोर्शन इज ऑलवेज फिक्स्ड. So remember this, okay? So your first question in this video is, what is a compound, or define compounds? So the answer is, a compound is a substance composed of two or more elements chemically combined with one another in a fixed proportion. I hope this is clear now. What do we get when two or more elements are combined? You see, so they have given you an example here. Divide the class into two groups. Give 50 gram of iron fillings and 3 gram of sulfur powder in a china dish to both. So both the groups are getting the same thing, right? 50 gram of iron fillings and 3 gram of sulfur. So group 1, what does group 1 do? Mix and crush the iron fillings and the sulfur powder. Group 1 ने क्या किया? Iron fillings को और sulfur powder को crush करके mix कर दिया. बट ग्रुप 2 ने क्या किया? दे हीटेड द मिक्सचर स्ट्रांगली. उन्होंने मिक्स तो किया, क्रश करके मिक्स किया, लेकिन उन्होंने मिक्स करने के बाद दे हीटेड द मिक्सचर स्ट्रांगली टिल रेड हॉट. और उसके बाद they remove from flame and let it the mixture cool. Now what happened? Check for magnetism. अब हमने ग्रुप 1 और 2 को बोला चलिए आप मैग्नेट लेके आइए और देखो कि क्या आयरन फिलिंग्स मैग्नेट से अट्रैक्ट होती हैं. तो जब ग्रुप 1 मैग्नेट लेकर आता है आयरन फिलिंग्स गेट अट्रैक्टेड टू द मैग्नेट. बट what about group 2? The iron fillings are not getting attracted to the magnet. Why? Because due to the heat, the magnets or the iron fillings, you see, let me tell you here, due to the heat, sulfur and iron fillings reacted with one another. Sulfur and iron fillings, they got reacted with one another, and that is why they lost the property of magnetism or attraction, and hence they did not get attracted. Right? You see, check for magnetism, bring the magnet near both of them, you know what is the result. Then I also ask you to see the texture and the color. Will you see some difference in the texture of both the groups? Yes, of course, there will be a difference in the texture and color. Okay, now they ask you to add carbon disulfide to one part of the material obtained, stir well and filter. Add dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid to the other part of the mixture. You see here the material obtained. Okay, so perform all the steps with both the elements. Now what have we seen, children? These are our observations. You see, you must have observed that products obtained by both the groups show different properties. Group 1 has carried out activity involving the physical change, whereas group 2 has involved into a chemical change. Group 1 ने कोई chemical reaction नहीं किया. ग्रुप 1 ने क्या किया? ग्रुप 1 ने बस मिक्सचर को क्रश करके मिक्स कर दिया. बट ग्रुप 2 ने क्या किया? उनको हीट किया. तो when they got heated, the new compound was formed. You see, on heating the two elements strongly, we get a compound which has totally different property compared to the elements. तो अगर न्यू कंपाउंड बनता है तो वो कौन सा चेंज होता है बच्चों? इट इज अ केमिकल चेंज. तो कंपोजिशन ऑफ अ कंपाउंड इज सेम थ्रू आउट. We can also observe that texture and color of the compound are same throughout. Thus, we can summarize that physical and chemical nature of matter in the following graphical organizer. Now, let me show you here. See, this is a table which is very important. So, next question that you are going to write here is difference between mixtures and compounds. And you will write down the whole table here. Okay. You will write down the question mixture and compounds, and you will write down the whole table. And this here your chapter is finished, and you have to do your back exercise, which is homework. Your back exercise is homework, and if you have any doubts you can ask. Okay, I will leave this back exercise for you all of you to do, because all the other questions I have given you the answers, but I want that back exercises should be done by all of you. First you try to attempt it, and if any doubts you can ask me. Okay.